I'm telling you, it's another rarity.
We appreciate having you.
Yeah, good to have
Now
you
that
here.
Richard's abandoned us.
Right.
Like a bad habit.
All right, here we go. I'm going to fire it up. Talk shoe.
Recorded live.
Good evening and welcome to Garden City Community Chat. This podcast is dedicated to promoting our community and yours, offering news you can use and much more. And now, Garden City Community Chat. Well, hello, Garden City, and hello to our neighbors in Westland, Dearborn Heights, Inkster, Redford, and Livonia. Thanks for joining us tonight. You are listening to, not we, of course we're listening, I hope you are.
Yeah.
You are listening to Garden City Community Chat, show number 279 for February 18, 2016. Hey, my son Jason's birthday, I want to give him a shout out, so happy birthday to Jason. And yesterday was Cheryl's birthday, so happy birthday to her as well. This is Garden City's only live podcast where we share news you can use and promote our community and yours. I'm your host, Kerry, and joining me tonight is our favorite weather guy, and in the studio tonight, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Awesome, awesome. And also joining us is former Garden City Councilman, fellow Kiwanian, fellow Commission on Aging member, and longtime resident of Garden City, Mr. Mike Jones. Mike?
I'm excellent, but I am getting better.
Always, right?
Always.
Got the treadmill in today.
Puff.
And as you know by now, while Richard is away tending to his new job in Westland, we try to have a co-host each week, a guest co-host until his return. This week we do not, and that will happen every now and then. So if you would like to join us and be a guest co-host for our show tonight, all you have to do is email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or give us a call, 734-788-9319. We would love to hear from you. Actually, we had dinner with Richard. He joined Cheryl, Derek, and myself last night for one of Cheryl's many free dinners. He's
How's Richard doing?
He's doing very well, very, very busy with the elections and everything coming up. But
Yeah, we got a big primary coming up.
yeah, he hopes to be back, he said, by the end of March. So stay tuned for more on that. We'll see how that goes.
Does the elections fall under his department?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. City clerk.
clerk.
Yep. And then he's been out and about at all the schools, registering all the kids, getting them voted, the ones that are able to vote. So, yeah, he's been pretty busy, pretty busy. And also make a note on your calendars because on March 3rd, we have finally secured a date for Westland Mayor William Wild. He's going to join us here in studio, talk about his city celebrating their 50th anniversary and all the things that they got planned for that. Also, please mark your calendars because 2016 is going to be a big year for us here at the Chat Show. First, we'll be celebrating our 6th year of being on the air with TalkShoe, and that takes place on June the 9th. And then the second thing, on July 14th, we celebrate our 300th show, Mike.
Wow.
And Tom. Tom's been with us right from the beginning, haven't you?
Yep.
Hasn't missed a one. If he has, he's recorded it.
Yeah.
Or I was so sick I couldn't even speak.
Exactly. But I think you still come through like a trooper and
Yeah.
record it. So we look forward to that. Look for more details about our 300 show as we move forward. And don't forget, on top of all of that, we do have several community events that will be taking place throughout the year, and we'll be announcing those for you. And also a presidential election. Don't forget about that. So what a year it's going to be, huh? Yeah. All right, we'll get to Tom here shortly, who is always busy with the weather for us, and then we'll visit with a very busy Mike, who will have all the events and announcements for us. We're going to do some topics tonight because we don't have a guest. Got a few topics we want to discuss, bounce around, get their thoughts on that. And there is never a shortage of those community events, that's for sure. So please sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and join us for the next 60 minutes or so. Should be a good one. Remember, we invite you to be a part of the conversation here tonight. If you like, all you have to do is call 1-724-444-7444 and enter the call ID 82757 followed by the pound sign, or you can join us in our chat room by going online to TalkShoe.com and search for call ID 82757. That's going to take you right to our main show page, where you'll click on the large Join In button. A window is going to open. You're going to sign in as a guest, and that's all there is to it. Once you're in the chat room, you can type your questions and comments at the bottom of the page, and you'll find our phone number and show ID there as well. You can also text your questions to us at 734-788-9319. And don't forget, if you can't join us here tonight, we have that covered. All our shows are recorded, so you can catch us later at your convenience, which several of our listeners do by going to our main show page, where you'll find all 279 shows listed for you in order, going all the way back to our first show in 2010. And we are also on iTunes. Just search for GC Community Chat. The audio from tonight's show, now that's going to be posted a little bit later on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GC Chat. And usually about 30 minutes or so after we sign off, we'll have that up for you. And if all that wasn't enough, Mike,
Yes, sir.
we are also doing a live unedited video of tonight's show, so you can put a face with the voice, and that will be available on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/community chat show. Please look for that, and while you're there, why not subscribe to our channel? That way you'll be notified of future shows that are posted. All right, I think it's time to get Tom in here with hopefully a warm weather forecast for us, and then we'll bounce around some topics. So let's get Tom in here. Okay, let's get a check on the weather with Doppler Tom, see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend. Tom, what do you have for us? So we're looking at some warm weather, eh?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
and it's going to be brief, but it's going to be pretty impressive for this time of year, and we'll get into why. But the reason why is because it's going to start going up to tonight. What's going to be happening tonight is a warm front is beginning to move into the region. And you probably heard a little bit of rumor about some potential of some wintry mix at times, especially during the overnight hours. And I do feel like it's going to overall not going to be a big event.
Good.
The reason why is because there's a very brief time frame where this could happen, and it's going to be well after midnight in between 1 and 5 a.m. And it's going to be a lot of dry air. That's why it's been so cold lately, especially the last few days, because we're dealing with dry air, and especially higher up in the atmosphere. So it probably is going to be dealing with a few snow flurries and a few ice pellets during the overnight hours. But what's going to be happening is that, like I said, that warm front is going to be moving in, and that's going to warm our temperatures up. By the time 6 a.m. comes around for the morning rush, we'll be above freezing. So anything that's out there will be all wet and melted. And we're going up from there.
Anything I hate is ice, man. Yeah. That's the worst.
So if you're going out and about, like if you're a night owl working, it might get a little slicker, especially on like the bridges and overpasses. But overall, I believe the morning commute is going to be fine. It will all be melted by then, and it will not even be anything by the time we get into the morning hours. But the one thing that will be rising is, like I said, are the temperatures tomorrow and the winds. That's why we are going to see these temperatures so high tomorrow, is because the winds are going to be increasing throughout the afternoon and evening hours. Tomorrow's temperatures could probably hit into the mid to upper 50s.
Wow.
Which is something that
that, Richard?
I'm telling you, that might be. If that doesn't bring him in, I don't know what does.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty nice for this time of year.
Nice.
But the other thing that we have to worry about a little bit is the wind. It could get pretty windy tomorrow afternoon. So if you have any loose objects out there, like,
what are you thinking? How high?
The winds probably will be less than 50, but probably into the 40s.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Definitely gonna be definitely windy out there. So I wouldn't wear the hat if you like that hat, because it might fly away.
Not a good hair day.
No, not
and
really.
You got yours, Buzz, so we don't have to worry about it.
So we're good. I plan ahead.
Right.
But as we get into Friday night, into the weekend, these winds are going to be continuing, but not as strong as they're going to be tomorrow afternoon. But they'll still be noticeable Friday night into Saturday, and those temperatures will continue to be mild as we get into Friday night into Saturday. Friday night will be one of the rare days in February where we will stay above freezing. We'll probably
Wow.
be around 40 degrees during the
Awesome.
overnight hours. So if you have any Friday plans, it should cooperate pretty well.
Cool.
And as we get into Saturday, it's overall going to be a pretty nice day out there. A lot of sunshine, and temperatures are going to be in the low 50s.
Wow.
So it's going to be one of those nice weekend days to do anything out and about, should I say, in February? What?
Yeah, right. Get out of the house if you've been cooped
Yeah,
up.
oh yeah, definitely.
Good day.
And then,
Cook-off.
Yeah,
oh yeah, definitely.
Parsons.
yeah.
That's I think the 27th.
No, I think it's this Saturday.
Is it?
You could be
We'll
right,
have to
but
do
I-
some
but
research.
I thought that's what they said today at the meeting.
We'll have to look that up somewhere and then.
He's in charge of the announcements. I'm not. I'm in charge of the weather. And as we get into the latter part of the weekend and into next week, we'll have a little bit of another system moving in, which will bring a little bit of clouds and drizzle on Sunday. And those temperatures will be mild, but they will start cooling down. We'll probably be in the mid 40s for high temperatures on Sunday. And then as we get into next week, a little bit of a cool down, but overall, I don't really see too much to be worried about next week. I do see a lot of clouds to start out early part of the week with temperatures in the upper 30s. So it's going to be a little bit of a cool down, but I do see the majority of the temperatures next week during the daytime hours will get above freezing. So all this snow will probably be gone as we get into next week on the ground at least.
Ooh,
So
I love it.
that's pretty nice to see, especially as we get in to the end of the February.
Average daytime high is about 34, 35 now, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll probably be a little bit above that, so that's going to be
Fantastic.
nice. And but those nights next week are going to dip below freezing a little bit as we get into these overnight hours in the 20s. But I don't see any major storm systems to deal with next week, snow or rain. So that's some
Sweet.
good news. But the only real issue I'm concerned about is tomorrow afternoon with the winds. That
Wind,
could cause
yeah.
a little bit of an issue, but.
Secure those garbage cans and chairs, right?
Oh yeah, definitely, because you never know. The neighbor's garbage can could be in your lawn
exactly.
if you don't hunker down. But
Right.
just bring them in. Don't be that lazy person that leaves it out
Oh,
there
I know. I
all
hate
weekend.
That. I hate that.
I mean, come on,
Get your garbage cans if they're empty.
definitely.
Ours
But
was today, so it's already safely tucked away in the garage.
Yep, mine too.
And as we expand outward and see what's going on across much of the country, like I said, this windy component is affecting much of the country out there. There is widespread concerns for winds all across the Midwest, Great Lakes, and into the plains as well, all the way into Montana. And that wind and the dry conditions across the plains, especially Oklahoma and Kansas and Missouri, they're going to be dealing with the potential for some wildfires because it's so dry out there. But
Wow.
usually in that neck of the woods, they can contain a ground up in a little brief ground
Yeah.
fire pretty quickly. But
Kind of early to be talking about fires already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the reason why they issue these is because of low relative humidity, the wind, of course, the high temperatures. Because if
right.
we're going to be in the mid to upper 50s there, it's going to be pretty warm down
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And another reason why they issue these, and we do get them sometimes in the early spring, it's pretty interesting. I just found out this the other day. A lot of people don't know this, is because how dry the grass is. Because obviously there's snow on the ground across the north, and when that snow melts, that grass doesn't look too good, does
Right.
it?
Dormant, yeah.
And that can really light up on fire. So that's why another reason why they issue it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And the West is dealing with on and off storm systems. But like I've been saying, all these storm systems are really heading north, and they're not really affecting the drought area, which is something that was pretty interesting to talk about because we've been in an El Nino year all across the Pacific. And I was talking about, everybody thought that drought relief was coming, and it's not coming.
It's going
And
to take a long time, isn't it?
it's
A lot of water it's going to take.
Yeah, and I don't
The
even
water
see.
table is so
And
low.
snow.
They got
Snow
a lot
in the
of water to
mountains, yeah.
replace.
I do see, snow in the mountains, but nothing valley in the valley.
No.
I mean, they do get rain. Like, I'm not saying they're not getting it, but they're not getting enough.
They just need, they need so much to recoup.
Definitely, and I don't really see that happening for them, unfortunately. They're going to probably be going into their fifth year in major drought out there, which
Jeez.
has impacts all across the country.
Yeah,
and
sure
you know
does.
that with the prices of food.
Yep.
and such.
Yeah.
But
Keep their hands off our Great Lakes water.
That's right. That's right. You hear that, Mr. Snyder? Speaking of water, jeez.
no comment at this time.
Right.
And as we talk about the East, we've been talking about the West so much. The East hasn't really been dealing with too much rain or snow either. I mean, they do get some of these events, especially the one a few weeks ago, but they've been quieting down, especially the interior parts of the Northeast have been dealing with some snow, but some of the coastal regions have been dealing with rain and a lot of warm temperatures. So that area can get some crazy weather as well. But overall, nothing too major to deal with. We've been dealing with some severe weather and some snow, like I said, in the Northeast. But yeah, some severe weather, especially across the South recently, with a lot of tornadoes out there. But nothing here in Michigan, I tell you.
Oh, man.
I don't really
Knock on
complain
wood.
too much because it could be much worse.
I love Michigan. I don't care what anybody says. We really we got the best of everything. Right?
I mean, we don't really see too much severe weather.
no.
I mean,
We put up with a lot of crap, but we don't have brush fires.
Right.
We don't have mudslides.
No.
We
Earthquakes.
We don't have earthquakes.
Yes.
We don't have hurricanes.
No.
the
Really.
winters can be harsh, but that's about it.
Right. And if you're a Michigander, you can put up with it, you know.
Yeah.
I think we're turning the corner. What do you think?
Yeah,
Think we're
I don't
turning the
really.
corner now?
I don't see too much winter weather in the future. I mean, as we get later into the
Yeah.
end of February and into March, climatology, those temperatures continue to rise as
Yeah.
we get more daylight.
So we're hey, spring training started today, right?
That's a good sign. But I will end on that note with the potential for some spring snow. I mean, it has happened in the future, and when it does happen, it can happen pretty fast, and it can leave pretty fast too.
And that is Michigan too.
Yeah, I mean, it is in Michigan if you're dealing with 60s one day, and then the next day has snow, and then it's gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
I tell you, we deal
Right.
with 4 seasons in 1 week.
Uh-huh. That's true.
It happens at least once a year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not possible that we can have snow,
Right.
but I mean, we have been having snow, but it's just not a big event that
No.
really caused problems.
And it hasn't lasted long, you know, really. It's like, gone
Yeah,
quickly.
my snowblower's all tuned up and no place to go.
Yeah, these guys that, move snow for a living, they're not making anything.
Did you sign up for that snow removal
Yeah,
thing this
yeah.
winter?
He's been out once or twice, that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, he made out.
Yeah.
Now, they love the snow, so yeah, I feel bad for some people because some people do like the snow. I mean,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
They have
your
a lot of
ski
business.
resorts
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Ooh, they're hurting. Up north, I guess they're still doing pretty good.
yeah,
the UP
Flint
and
and
it.
northward, they're doing pretty
Yeah.
well with snow because you get that lake effect. You can't really
Right.
mess with that too much.
And I did look up the chili cook-off. Barson's chili cook-off is February 27th.
Oh, okay.
And that's
that is Saturday, so you had the day of the week, right?
Yeah, that's to benefit colitis and Crohn's Foundation. So
Yeah, they've been
27th.
doing that for the last few years, and some pretty good chilies there.
yeah, they do pretty good.
He says he gets about 100 people there.
That's good. That's very good. Awesome.
Growing every year.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not their biggest place venue. They have it right there, right?
Yeah, in the main
So
greenhouse.
that's real good. Real good.
And the last story I have to talk about isn't really about the weather, but I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Albert Einstein's theory on relativity, special relativity, or general relativity, was
Yeah.
actually confirmed.
Yeah. They
Which
found
is-
gravity.
So explain that for people that don't know.
Let me
And
get
how
into the
important it is.
physics for dummies.
Yeah, because they're
They got evidence of gravity waves, which is the big thing.
Yeah, that's mainly what they discovered. It's pretty interesting. It was on when they actually picked up these wave signals from 2 black holes emerging into each other.
right, like
And-
colliding.
Yeah, they were sucked into each other.
Okay.
And that created a wave all across the universe. And September 14th, 2015, is when the wave actually made it to Earth.
Holy cow!
This is how far away those black holes merged into each other and released
So it
that
actually
wave.
made it through the atmosphere and down.
Well, the atmosphere isn't going to lock away waves like
Right.
it does, like meteorites and stuff like that.
Right.
It can go through anything, definitely, because they're
Okay.
microwaves. But
And they saw these waves.
yeah, they're saying that they saw the waves, and that proves his theory that gravitational waves that Albert Einstein predicted in 1918 especially on the theory of general relativity.
Wow.
It's pretty
It's
impressive.
a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah. He's probably like, I told you so. All the
Jumping
way
up and
there.
down his grave.
Because it goes one way or the other in science. Either you're right or you're wrong. And
Yeah, and
we
a lot
know
of
that
people-
he's a genius.
And a lot of people probably thought he was nuts when he said it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
The doubters.
Those that could understand it.
Right. That could understand it exactly.
I won't get into the logistics because
Way
we will
over
be
my
here
head.
all night talking about
Yeah,
the
that's
breaking
way
it
above my
down.
pay
But
grade.
that's overall the general scope of it. It's
Yeah.
very impressive that they actually discovered these waves.
Right,
and,
right.
It just proves his theories, and
So
pretty
they had-
interesting.
They must have been on the lookout for these waves, I guess.
These people live for that kind of stuff.
Jesus,
they're
crazy.
they're monitoring all that stuff.
All right, cool.
But if you,
Go ahead.
I was just going to wrap up my segment. If you want to keep tuned to all this warm weather and not too much to complain about here in Michigan, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com.
Absolutely.
I was
What were you
watching these universe specials that they have on History Channel International.
Those could suck you in for hours too.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
history and all that.
I
get
automatically
it.
record them. And they're saying, there are billions of stars in our galaxy.
Yeah.
And there are billions of galaxies.
Uh-huh.
Holy crap.
I mean,
You're
it's
talking about some huge numbers.
It's an infinite
you
amount
know
of
it.
space out there. We don't know what's out
Right,
there.
right. We haven't
We haven't-
explored every square inch of it.
I mean,
And
we
never will.
just made it to, well, we sort of made it to Pluto, and that was
Yeah.
millions of light years away.
and that's not even a planet
And that-
anymore. They said.
It's a dwarf planet.
Yeah.
Now he feels
I-
bad because he's being made fun of. He's so tiny he can't even be called a real planet.
Right, exactly.
He was a nice dog.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
But I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's
And we do have an
big universe.
American in the International Space Station. He sees all this stuff. I mean,
Right.
the pictures I see from him
Oh.
is amazing. He sees
crazy.
everything on this Earth and in the sky.
They'll stream from the space station. I'll watch that, and you could sit there and watch that for hours too. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
In high definition, wow.
And he's coming home in
What they
March,
see.
so that's pretty interesting.
After
He's
a
been
year,
on,
right?
Yeah. hmm
Wow. Well, let's hope. the
He's probably
Russians
going to
get
have
up
to
there.
run around the lap a few times to get used to our gravity.
Exactly.
They get pictures from visible light, from X-rays, from ultraviolet light, from infrared.
I know.
And they all show them different kinds of aspects of what they're looking at.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is amazing what they see up there.
Wow.
Yeah, and now they're talking about, they're getting a new crop of astronauts
Right.
in now. So they're talking about possibly going to Mars next.
I heard of there's some
We'll
tough
see.
ladies I saw.
Yeah, a couple ladies, 2 or 3, I think they got. So yeah, going to be interesting.
Just like
Absolutely.
hopefully the Martian doesn't come true that they just leave somebody there. But
right. I did want to mention, get your guys' thoughts on this. And you'd brought it up earlier before we got on air. Apple has been asked, or actually subpoenaed by the federal FBI to help them hack into the iPhone of the shooter from the San Bernardino, California. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, and you mentioned, you hit it right on the head. That's security versus privacy.
It's a big conflict.
It's a big conflict.
And I don't see it going away anytime soon. There's a lot of
But
people
we're
that
talking
are-
one phone.
Yeah.
15. They're saying about 15 or 18 minutes of crucial evidence could be on that phone concerning this. So, what's your thoughts?
Well, as I said, I don't see Americans being happy with losing their privacy.
Even
But
when it
they're
comes to
also-
security.
A lot of fairly strong feelings of we need to do whatever necessary to contain terrorists and prevent it.
And keep us safe. I mean,
Yeah, so it's going to be.
I see where Facebook, Twitter have sided with Apple. They're going to back them.
Yeah, well,
I
as long
think
as ISIS is big around the in the Middle East and around the world, you're not.
And they have the funds, man, ISIS. They're well funded. Well funded.
it's pretty interesting Apple's point of view on this because they don't. What their main concern is about opening a potential for a back door.
Right. And
Which-
it's all encrypted.
which is something they have to do to order to get this information, and they don't want to jeopardize people's information because once that door is open, you can't close it. They're saying.
But wouldn't it be just a back door to that one particular phone?
I think not, because you have to encrypt that code, and that means.
And they don't have software to do that yet, from what I understand. They're working on it.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a touchy subject, and they can't
It
do
is.
anything without
It's a very gray area.
Tim Cook's approval, and it doesn't look like it's coming. And
Yeah, he claims he's going to fight it, so I don't know.
Could be a real threat to identity theft if you open up that back door and the wrong kind of people get in.
Yeah. Well,
that's why he doesn't want it to be open.
They say the NSA is watching all of us anyway, so I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can't win.
I don't know. It's just his company. I guess Steve Jobs said that to him before he passed. Maybe
Yeah,
I
it
don't
could
know.
be. Yeah, stand strong on that privacy issue. But yeah, privacy versus security. What are you going to do? Excuse me.
We could talk all night about that because, like you said, there's already suspicions that were already being looked at. I mean, we got Edwin Snow, living in Russia because
Right.
he was the whistleblower.
Yeah,
about
he was a
that.
whistleblower.
So-
Yeah. Haven't heard much about
Some think
him.
he's the biggest traitor, and others think he's the biggest hero.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah.
Well, they can hack my phone. All they're going to find is some crazy weather geek.
You know, I mean, really, that's what I feel. You know, I have nothing to hide.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you're more than welcome to check my hard drives and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if you have nothing to hide, I really don't see what the issue is. But I don't know.
Some people have something.
I want the country secure. Well, from what I
We're having
understand,
problems with
okay, we're back on.
with sewage treatment, proper disposal over there. That somebody has called them to task and said, "You people haven't been doing this right, and you're dumping raw sewage where you
Right,
shouldn't be dumping it."
right. A 19-year veteran has taken the Whistleblower Act, and I guess for years they have been told to, the way what you said, you know, dump the raw sewage. They were pumping raw sewage into the streets, from what I understand, even in Inkster.
Wow.
And so also lead pipes that they had replaced, and they were told to just bury them somewhere. I don't know. But, yeah, it's still coming out. There's a lot more going to be said about it. But,
I bet Richard might know a little bit. I don't know.
yeah,
Chances are Mayor Wild won't want to talk about this when he's on our show.
it's possible. It's possible.
That might
and I
scare
hope
him
he
away
still
for a
shows up.
You may want to concentrate on the 50-year celebration.
Right, right. But, yeah, no, I haven't heard, you know, much other than the city attorney. Their city attorney has commented on a few things, but I really haven't heard much. So, yeah,
What is
that's
with
going to be
these
something.
What is with these people higher up that don't do their jobs? How you're trying to make a living with people? I mean, these are people's lives you're dealing with.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not many people screwed up in this Flint thing. We find out more and more. of
That's
it.
what I'm talking
Right,
about. People, I
right.
mean, I don't know what
I don't
gives
get
you
it.
that mode of operation where you don't want to do the right thing. I mean, all secrets in life come out, even if it's too late.
Right, right.
But it's just,
Let's see. Hi, Carrie. Don Nicholson here. Just got home. Hey, Don, how are you? They would be bored looking at my car pictures. How are you, Don? Thanks for joining us. What's going on? Anything you want me to announce? I can do that for you. Doing great. Awesome. We were just discussing the water situation there that the employee blew the whistle on. And tonight we don't have a guest, so we just thought we'd bring up some topics. And we talked about the Apple iPhone situation where FBI wants them to hack into that one from the San Bernardino, shooting. So let's see. I will be at Autorama next weekend running the Autopalooza booth. Okay, what date's that? Put a date up there. I have it somewhere, I know. I'll have to dig that up and announce it. All right, well, you're looking for that. Mike, what do we got on in the Observer over there? Anything? I know there was a fire on Chester, eh?
Yeah, fire on Chester with an
Everything,
injury, but
everybody okay?
apparently the fire department did their usual fantastic job and pulled this guy out before he was hurt worse than And he was hospitalized, but he's home now.
And that's not far from your house, right?
No, I
Tom?
saw the whole thing happen.
Yeah.
All the neighbors and whatnot all got out there, and they got out pretty fast, but not fast enough with that one guy. He did his best to get that fire out, but he just couldn't get out, and he got trapped in there. And what happened was there was so much heat building from that fire that the windows exploded in the entire house.
Oh, wow.
And he got some glass and smoke inhalation in his lungs, so he had to be hospitalized for some time, but he's been released, and hopefully he makes a full recovery. It's going to take some time to get back to normal, and especially for that family.
Well, yeah,
But,
thank God everybody should be all right.
But like what Mike was saying, that fire happened, and those police and fire were there faster than you could say Mississippi, because
That says a lot for our fire and police, let me tell you.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
right there.
Chief Harmon was there, the mayor was there, everyone you could possibly think of was at that area, and they got it pretty out, because it could have been much worse. I looked at that house, and the siding where the flames went out of the window is
melted.
Is gone, but
Wow.
the roof is still intact.
Huh.
The brick is still good, but the interior, especially her bedroom where it happened, is completely destroyed. But
And that was a candle. You said there was an autistic.
yeah,
child
what happened
in there,
was
knocked it
he
over.
knocked a candle
Accident.
over, and accidents happen, and you got to get out
Yeah,
when that
that's-
happens, because once that fire starts, it's very unlikely that you can get it out.
Right.
We had council had their first budget meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It went pretty good. They were just essentially, the various council members were telling what their priorities were. Mm-hmm. Now, the next meeting, the department heads will come back.
Your mic's on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next meeting, the department heads will come back and they'll say, okay, this is what we would like to have happen in our department, and this is how much it would cost. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, once they get all those suggestions, they'll have to say, well, this is our highest priority. We can afford this, we can afford that, but we can't afford this other one, type thing.
Yeah.
And the one thing that came out pretty strong was they have like an $800,000 balance in their discretionary funds, but they need $300,000 of it to maintain the Safer Grant firemen.
Oh,
And everybody said, we don't want that to go away. We want to keep those firemen.
yeah, you got to.
That's got to be one of our biggest priorities.
Good example right there.
Yeah.
That fire in Chester.
Yeah.
We've prided ourselves on the response time, I know, police and fire here. It's been amazing. So no other real big surprises, though, at it?
No, they're
Good turnout, people? The usual?
for a while I thought we were going to be 100% positive in the audience because I was the only one there.
Protron.
Yeah. But then Mr. Buckner and Mr. Wysack came in.
Oh, yeah. Negatrons.
Yeah, but they were relatively mild in their statements, but I think they're critical. But
Well, that'll come up next Monday.
Yeah, they're relatively mild in their statements, but I think that was mainly because
They weren't on TV?
right, there were no TV cameras.
No TV cameras.
Nobody to.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing. They're saving it for Monday when
Oh,
they
yeah.
will be on TV. So they'll get their 5 minutes of fame or whatever. Yeah, it's amazing. You watch those council meetings at all? Have you?
The good ones, I try to get some information, but you get those hecklers up there, and it's hard to
crazy.
get them away one after another.
It really gets old, doesn't
And I'm
it?
really getting sick of hearing about this house situation as well.
Yeah,
we
well,
won't get into that.
That's going to trial, so that's going to be coming up pretty soon, too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Don gave me some dates here. He's going to be at the Autorama next week and running the Autopalooza booth, and it's February 26th, 27th, and 28th. Awesome. And that's where, Don, where is that located, Autorama? Is that Cobo? Or, no, Autorama, where is that?
Might be out to Novi. I don't know.
Or it could be in Wayne Westland. Oh, yeah, Cobo. Okay. All right, cool. Cobo, February 26th, 27th, 28th. Get out there and say hi to Don Nicholson. He will be there. All right, thanks, Don.
Before we get into announcements with Mike,
Yeah.
I saw a pretty good friend of ours today. He had a pretty big event. You know who? Don't act stupid, Jerry.
Oh,
He had
yes.
He had a pretty successful travel show.
Oh,
He had
yeah,
two
let's
of
talk
them.
about it.
He had two of them. We had one at 10 a.m. and one at 3 p.m. for like some people that can get into the afternoon and vice versa. So that was good.
That was nice.
Yeah. And he goes all around the community. This time he was in Canton for the spring one. The summer one, he's going to be at Roma Hall. So he gets around. And,
Is that our Roma Hall?
yeah.
Okay.
I believe it's going to be pretty close to ours. And you name it, he has it.
He has the trips.
He has skydiving. No comment.
Balloon,
He
hot
has-
air
Hot
balloons.
air balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the biggest one in New Mexico. If you want to go to that one.
Wow, that is huge.
The Albuquerque one.
They
Yeah.
have nice ones in this state in Howell and Battle.
Yeah, Howell's nice.
And
Yeah.
Battle Creek has one too.
But we
But
don't.
New Mexico is.
We
is
actually
really
went
big.
on one trip with him. I don't know if you went with us. It was cold and very windy, and they called it off. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
gotta have
terrible.
They
perfect
have
conditions.
Yeah.
they have to have the perfect weather conditions
Mm-hmm.
to go up because he may not want to hear this, but he's been on a hot air balloon where it didn't land very well,
Yeah, it didn't turn out
and
good.
some of his guests were actually injured.
Yeah.
And
It happens. It
yeah,
happens.
It's not his fault, but
No.
it's pretty rare to have a.
Just sign that waiver before you go out.
But yeah, hot air ballooning is very fascinating to watch because the festival in Albuquerque. Guess how many? He said how many actually go off in that whole stretch. How many do you think go off?
Oh man, there's got to be. I don't know. I know I've seen where the sky is blue and it's just full of them.
Oh, he said over 1,000.
Wow.
I mean, you have Miss Piggy,
And-
you
and-
have
yeah, they're all
everything-
different types, yeah.
everything. You can imagine that.
And those guys, I don't know. I mean, there's not much control of those things other than up and down, right?
Yeah, you can.
You're pretty much at the will of the wind, right?
The reason why it's in Albuquerque is because they have a very interesting wind exponent there. I don't want to get into it, but
Uh-huh.
it's called one of the weather box terms, and that's why it's there because the winds, the balloons go up, they go, and then they go down,
Sideways. Oh, okay.
and then they go back down. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, wow.
That's why that's there.
Wow.
You have to have pretty low winds even to take off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
More than about 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, they have pretty ideal weather there too.
and that's just one of the trips. He has cruises. He has trips
Tiger
to
games.
He has trips
Cleveland.
to Europe. He has
Yeah.
trips to Australia.
Trips to Europe. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what
going. Aren't you taking Jerry's trip
He went
we booked-
Jerry's help.
we booked it
with
through-
his help? Right,
we
you booked it
through
through
Jerry.
them. Okay.
Yeah, it's Colette. And,
Okay.
I think 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, he deals with them.
We'll be in the British Isles and the last 3 days in France.
You know what's really becoming popular is those river cruises.
Yeah,
those
they
river
look-
cruises now.
They look exciting.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I could probably do one of those. I mean, I've been on a cruise. I was in the Navy, you know. I mean, the last thing I want to do is be out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. But those river cruises look nice. They look real nice.
And he has those smaller trips too if you don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, he has over 50 trips
And even those
that
cheap
are
cruises.
that are below $100.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, every year he has a cheapest cruise, and
Cheapest cruise.
the next one coming up is, believe it or not, number 9.
Is it really?
So he's been up there, and
Wow.
those are pretty good, and that's all
He-
over the Caribbean during the winter months. So
Him
yeah.
and Ski, his wife, they do a fabulous job. They really take care of you. They're good people, really good people. Yeah, he's a good friend of the show too. So,
So I just wanted to give him a little shout out.
yeah. I was
go
gonna.
go over there. He's right
ask
across the
you.
street from the Garden City High School, and
Right.
he'll hook you up.
Yep. Party Animal Travel.
I hear he's looking.
Tell
for,
him community
for a bigger
chat
building.
saying. Yeah, he is, and I'm hoping he stays in Garden City.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if there's room that he can expand over where he's at. If anybody next to him is, if it's available or not.
I haven't
been
heard
over there.
anything.
Yeah, I haven't either. But Jerry, if you're listening, we want you to stay in Garden City, buddy. Let's see what else Don's got. We also just signed a new person for our event at the Wayne Ford Civic League. We have Art Cervi, CERVI, coming to sign his book at Hot Rod Palooza, May 28th. And I was in the Albuquerque show in 1974, and at that time they had less than 100 balloons in 1974. Now they have well over 1,000. Wow, that's interesting. Nice bit of information there. 1974, about 100, less than 100.
Now it's really grown in popularity.
Yes, it has. Art is also known as Bozo. Oh, okay.
I've been called that before.
Yeah, I've seen him. I think I've seen his picture. in some of your advertisement as Bozo. Cool. And welcome to guest 3, too, in the chat room. Thanks for joining us. He is the original Bozo the Clown. Really? Holy cow.
Wow.
That's interesting. All right. Let's see. What else we got here? We talked about the Chester fire.
Right.
We talked about the Westland raw sewage. We talked about Apple. What else? Anything you guys want to talk about? Any topics? Anything you've heard in the news? Or
I know the Pope's in Mexico.
yeah,
That's been a
Pope's-
big topic.
Yeah, that's been real
And he's
big.
been talking about you-know-who, the big kahuna that everyone doesn't like to talk about. He's been...
He's saying it's ridiculous to be trying to build a 10-foot wall from California to Texas. He says you ought to be inclusive instead of exclusive.
Yeah.
And
And what about
and
Scalia?
you know who says, well, wait till ISIS attacks the Vatican, then he'll think I'd be a good president.
Here's a good one. What's your thoughts on? Hi, Mrs. Chat. What's your thoughts on Obama appointing a Supreme Court judge
It's
during his term?
It's his responsibility to nominate. It's the
That's
Senate's,
kind of what I thought.
It's the Senate's responsibility to have hearings.
Right.
Now they don't have to prove.
They can hold it up for as long as they want.
Yeah, and they probably will. Mm-hmm. But
The only thing, if he
but at
appoints
least-
somebody that they really, really like,
yeah,
then he might not have an issue. But if it's somebody they're not happy with,
which it probably will be.
yeah,
Yeah, well,
yep.
they haven't been happy with anything Obama's done in 7 years. I
Right,
can't
right.
see them changing their minds now.
And now the big thing, I guess, he's not going to his funeral, so they're making a real big deal out of that. But he will be going to pay his respects when he's laying in state. So I don't know. It's always something. I just don't want to see him on the golf course during the funeral.
Or going to a pizza party instead of listening to the citizens.
Oh, jeez, you're low. Thank you, dear.
People love to blow stuff
You
out of
wanna join
proportions.
us? No, nothing to say. Okay.
No, it's definitely making statements like McConnell did that no matter who he nominates, we're not going to approve it. And some of them saying, well,
Yeah.
Obama's a lame duck. You shouldn't be a lame duck. Shouldn't be making that choice. He's
But
not a lame duck. Not
happened-
until November.
It happened during his
He is
term.
the president
it's
until
his-
November.
It's really
It's
his
his job.
obligation.
Yeah,
Right.
It's his job to send forth a nomination.
But like you said, they could hold that up and delay it, and that's what they're hoping they'll do.
Well, Ted Cruz said he would filibuster
Yeah.
the nomination right there on the Senate floor.
I don't know.
Now, so, yeah, I'd be surprised if they can come up with an acceptable candidate that doesn't give in strongly to what the conservatives want.
Yeah.
So, I will be voting Democratic in November. I don't want President Trump or President Cruz making that choice for me.
Well, thanks for sharing your vote with us.
Yeah, I don't.
He
I don't
didn't.
know-
He didn't, though, in a way,
What?
because there's two people you could vote for.
I
That's
don't
true.
care which one
That's
it
true.
is.
That's true. Yeah.
I haven't decided.
And then,
I haven't either who I favor, but I've decided on a party. That's for sure. Of course, the fact that none of the Republicans are very inspiring. I haven't been following it that closely because who needs to listen to this reality show that they call debates and what have you,
Yeah.
and all the name calling.
Oh, it's quite entertaining. I'll tell you that. And then Obama's supposed to meet with Castro over there in Cuba. I guess they're going to be talking
First time in
free trade and
90 years an American president's gone to Havana.
yeah,
90 years.
90.
That would
And-
that would be like Coolidge.
And you know the auto companies over here are just chomping at the bit to get over there and sell them some cars. I mean, they got some vintage stuff over there.
The gambling industry would love to open up some casinos
And the
over
gambling,
there.
yep,
Oh,
yep. I guess they're already taking tourists there now, flying over there. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anybody watch the Grammys?
I missed it. I was busy watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah, yeah, Walking Dead.
That was
premiered.
huge.
Walking Dead is big, very, very big now. Very big.
Very good episode.
Awesome. Yeah, Grammys, I don't know. They weren't that exciting. I just saw bits and pieces of it. Adele had issues with the microphone falling in the piano, and it threw her off. And then Taylor Swift, you know, her brouhaha with Kanye West is still continuing. So there's a guy that's really lost it, I think. Wow. Now he's got there's a GoFundMe page up for him, help bail out Kanye or something. He's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on. It's ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, that's the entertainment segment. Let's see. Don, yeah, I gave her the Valentine candy. Yep, it's all gone for sure. All right, anything else over there in the Observer?
No, I didn't really see anything that looked like it was earth-shaking.
Kind of a
that
slow
needed to talk about.
Slow news day.
Yeah, a slow day in the Little Apple.
All right, well, I think we'll move on here, and we'll get Mike in here now, and we'll get some announcements. I know you have a few over there, that's for sure.
Yeah, you always keep me well supplied for those.
So let's cue up your music. Yeah, I know it is, Buddy Holly. Hey, it's time to get Mike in here for some community announcements. So, Mike, take it away.
Thank you, Kerry.
Yeah, I got to work on that Buddy Holly thing for you.
Yes, you do.
All right.
This was in the Observer. The Garden City firefighters will be
yeah.
guest cooks for the 25th annual Lions Pancake Breakfast, set for 8 to 11:30 a.m. Sunday, March 6th, at the Garden City Moose Lodge, number 538, 29137 Ford Road. The event includes pancakes, sausage, scrambled eggs, juice, coffee, and milk. The price is only $5 for adults.
That's a real deal.
It is. You get a heck of a meal for
can't beat
$5, $2 for kids under 12. Parking will be behind the building off of Pardo near the vacant Powerhouse Gym. For details, contact Bob at 734-612-1775 or Vicky at 734-524-1330. And, of course, we have a bunch of library-related announcements. Used books may be dropped off at the library during library hours, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 8, Friday, 1 to 5, Saturday, 12 to 5. Another way to help your friends of Garden City, help the Friends of Garden City Public Library. If you shop Kroger, we would love to encourage you to enroll in Kroger Community Rewards. Kroger is committed to helping communities grow and prosper, and Kroger Community Rewards makes fundraising easy. All you have to do is shop at Kroger and swipe your Plus card. Yep. Year after year, local schools, churches, and other nonprofit organizations will earn millions of dollars through Kroger Community Rewards, including the Friends of Garden City Library. Sign in or create an account to enroll. Once signed in, you can enroll or update your community rewards under your account settings. Who's ready to relax with some coloring pages and free chocolate fondue? Wow. Come to the library Monday, February 22nd at 6 p.m. to do just that at our Stress Buster Adult Coloring Night. There will be a multitude of coloring sheets provided, as well as crayons, markers, and other materials. Let us know that you will be joining us by calling 734-793-1830 to register. The monthly Bad Horror Movie Night. This month's movie is full of the fuel to make a great classic, a family mystery with political tension, an epidemic, a battle between business and the welfare of the people. It sounds like the Flint water crisis. Mercenaries, legalized murder, and singing. On Wednesday, February 24th at 6 o'clock p.m., come see where this concoction takes us and judge for yourselves. Is the Genetic Opera a masterpiece or a monstrosity? Please call to register for this event. Drop-ins are also welcome. Same number, 734-793-1830. Prom Fashion Night. Come out and see the latest prom fashions for the 2016 senior prom. It'll be Saturday, February 27th. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. Fashion show at 7. It'll be held in the Garden City High School O'Leary Auditorium at 6500 Middlebelt Road. Proceeds will benefit the 2016 project graduation senior class all-night party. Any questions regarding the show, please contact Sally Q, SALLIEQ 49 at yahoo.com and enter prom fashion show in the subject line. As a free service to our residents, you can take your old, outdated prescription medicines to the Garden City Police Department. There's a box in the lobby to collect and properly dispose of potentially dangerous medicines that are no longer needed. And if you don't know by now, the Garden City Public Library offers drop-in computer tutoring every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12. You need to brush up on the basics? Come on in and take advantage of this great resource. Library is still located at 31735 Maplewood Street in Garden City, and their phone number hasn't changed. It's still 734-793-1830. There will be a used book sale for 3 days only at the Straight Farmhouse, 6221 Merriman, Garden City. It'll be on Wednesday, February 24th from 9 to 6, Thursday, February 25th from 9 to 6, and Saturday, February 27th from 9 to 1. You can fill a paper bag with books for $5. Gently used books are now being accepted. For more information, call 734-793-1830. How to successfully market and grow your small business. The Garden City Downtown Development Authority is hosting a marketing workshop. Who should attend? Small business owners and their leadership team. Time is 8 o'clock. Socialize and enjoy refreshments. 8:30 to 10 is the workshop. It's Thursday, February 25th at Albert's on the Alley, 5651 Middlebelt Road in Garden City. There's no cost. RSVP at 734-261-2830 by February 22nd. The presenter is Tom Borg, president of Tom Borg Consulting, LLC. Both Carrie and I have heard this guy, and he's excellent.
I'm going to go with that. You going? I already told him I'd be there. RSVP.
Yeah. I could probably make it. It just means that my Thursday's going to be pretty full with Kiwanis and community chat later on in the day.
Yeah, plus I have a taste test meeting too, committee meeting.
Okay. Veterans of Westland proudly presents a Pets for Veterans adoption event, business education seminar and fundraiser on Saturday, February 27th from 10 to 3. Seminar starts at 11. Location is the Wayne Ford Civic League, 1661 North Wayne Road, Westland, Garden City. Know your rights and responsibilities by attending a free seminar presented by MDCR, that's the Michigan Department of Civil Rights, and Steve's Dogs. The guest speaker will be our very own best friend, Senator David Knisik. Please register your organization with the Westland Chamber of Commerce at 734-326-7222. All checks for donations should be made out to Last Day Dog Rescue, which is a 501c3, and sent to the Westland Chamber of Commerce. There's going to be a euchre tournament March 12th, which is a Saturday. Registration begins at 6 o'clock p.m. and games begin at 7. This one will be at Gordon Chevrolet, 31850 Ford Road, just west of Merriman on Ford Road. Cost is $20 per person. Register with S. Barber at GordonChevrolet.com. Limited space, so call as soon as possible, or call Sherry Barber at 734-812-5580. Cash prizes for the top 3 highest points totals. 50-50 raffle, pizza and pop. You must be 21 or older to play. Proceeds to benefit Children's Wishes of Michigan. The Garden City Kiwanis is going to have the funniest of fun comedy night. This will be on Sunday, April 17th, 2016. Doors open at 4 p.m. Show starts at 5. It'll be Albert's on the Alley, 5651 Middlebelt Road. Headliner will be Mike Green. And, of course, the local host is our own Kevin Kramus. I saw a little blib on Mike Green's bio, and it looks like he's really great. It's actually supposed to be a non-X-rated comedies night, so that'll be a little different from some of the people we've had.
Yeah, really. That's a lot of fun over there, though.
Yeah, they are. They're really great. Friends of Garden City Library, help us fund our future library. It's easy as pie. Elizabeth Jean's Pie Kits. Buy a pie. 8 delicious flavors to choose from. Purchase your pies at the library and participating locations. Thank you for support. Proceeds go towards the Garden City Library Build Fund. So buy those pies. We've only got about $3 million more to raise before we can build that library.
A lot of pies.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Garden City Public Library, of course, is at 31735 Maplewood Street, 734-793-1830.
Where would they want to put that new library?
They got property that they bought where the old Berger School football field was.
right.
So they
Right behind Guardian Martial Arts in that area there.
Sorry, I'm eating food. That's why I don't come here.
And of course, we have a reminder about Coffee with Knesik. Please join Senator David Knesik for a casual conversation about what's important to you in the community. It's held every second Monday of the month. He holds them in Dearborn, Garden City, Inkster, Redford Township, and Detroit, all the communities he represents. The closest one for us, of course, is the Garden City one, which is at Maplewood Senior Center, 10:30 to 11:30. The next one is March 14th. In addition to the comedy night on April 17th, the District Kiwanians are having a prayer breakfast on April 30th. The Kiwanis, along with the library, Maplewood Center, are sponsoring an Easter egg extravaganza on March 19th.
Egg extravaganza.
Egg extravaganza. They're only going to be selling like 100 tickets. This is for kids 3 to 12.
And how much are tickets? Do we know?
Yeah, they're like 5, I think.
5.
Oh, man, I was going to buy a ticket, too.
And they'll go fast. So you want to get them.
Yeah, it's a
they're
good
gonna have
turnout.
crafts. They're going to have pictures with the Easter Bunny.
And when are they stuffing eggs?
The eggs are going to be stuffed on the Wednesday before that, which would be 16th.
The 16th of March.
Yep. And there's a St. Patrick's Day party on Friday, March 18th at the Maplewood Center from like 12
Oh, yeah,
to
I
3.
forgot about that.
And
That's why I got you here.
yeah, 12 to 3. And when that's over, starting at 4 o'clock, they'll be taking down the St. Patrick decorations and putting up the Easter egg extravaganza.
Jeez. Wow.
Decoration.
Go Mike Lawrence.
Yeah. Mike's going to get roped into a big day that day, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Sharon will volunteer, and Mike will do all the work.
Yep, exactly. Is that all you got?
That's all I've got, Kerry.
All right, sounds good. I just want to mention last week we had Robert Cox on here. He is the Marketplace Healthcare Navigator Coordinator over there at Maplewood. So if you're looking for affordable health care, give him a call, 734-793-1873. Very good guy, very knowledgeable. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget the next city council meeting is Monday, February 22nd, 6000 Middlebelt Road in the council chambers, 7 p.m. They urge all residents to attend. Probably going to be a good one because I'm sure there'll be people discussing the budget meeting that they had, but it's way early yet, still early in the process. So,
Yeah, the council members essentially established their priorities and goals at this first meeting. It
right,
was last Monday.
yeah. So that'll be all
The
up.
next step is the department heads come back with their wish list.
Yeah,
This is what I'd like to have done in my department. This is how much it would cost. And then the council has the big job of saying, okay, here's this list. Which are your most important priorities, council members?
yeah.
Which ones can we afford to do this year? Which are we going to have to wait until more funds are available in the future?
Yeah, as always.
Yep.
That's the way it usually goes. All right, and once again, I know you mentioned it, but that dog rescue event that they're having at the Wayne Ford Civic.
Right.
I just want to stress that it's very important for businesses to attend this because it's to educate them on this new service dogs law. So just
Right.
very, very important. So
We don't want people
Head on
turning
over
away legitimate
right.
customers that have service dog needs just because they don't appear to be
Yeah.
blind or hard of hearing.
Yeah, and you're going to learn all about that at this event. So head on over there and get educated.
You couldn't have a better person to inform you than our good friend, Senator David Knisik.
Yep. Yeah, he's well read on that for sure. It's his bill. Him and a few others. Okay, are you a business owner, citizen, or community advocate interested in serving the business community? If so, the Garden City Business Alliance is looking for you. Becoming a member is very easy. Just visit their website at gcbiz48135.org. Fill out the form on the contact page or give them a call at 734-788-9319. Also visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/Garden City Business Alliance. So why not consider joining the GCBA and be a part of moving our business community forward? Or better yet, why not attend to their next membership meeting as a guest on March 11th, 9 a.m. at the Straight Farmhouse Museum in the Grand Parlor. That's March 11th, 9 a.m., 6221 Merriman Road. And I just want to thank Mark Hammer and everyone involved over at the Straight Farmhouse for hosting our morning GCBA meetings for us. You do a great job, and we really appreciate it.
How'd the meeting go over at the school board office?
It went very well, very well. It was well attended because it was a crappy night, as you know. We had some snow, and it was pretty slick out there. But, yeah, we got a lot accomplished, talked about the Taste Fest, and also we're trying to get businesses on board for this welcome basket that Nanette from Serpro is handling for us. So she sent me an email. I didn't get a chance to get that, but
That's for new businesses?
well, actually, it's for new residents that come into the town, and Allison has given her a list of new residents that are moving in, and all the businesses would take their stuff that they want to advertise their business with to Nanette. She'll put it in a nice box, a basket for them, and we present it to the resident. And, you know, it shows them where restaurants are, what, you know, businesses and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool.
I was talking to Monica Fulton about my next-door neighbor. They're new neighbors of ours, young couple. And they're supposed to have had their first baby in the month of February. I don't know if it's come yet. I think it has, but
a
I
diaper.
haven't seen it then. And what they would have to do to get the baby welcome basket
Right,
at
right.
Maplewood. Essentially, you got to show up and I think show your address that you're a resident
And where do they show up at then?
at the Maplewood Center.
Oh, Maple, okay.
Yeah.
So you can relay that information to them if they're interested?
I will. First time I see them outside.
Yeah, been hibernating a little.
Yeah,
They'll be out this weekend. Tom guarantees it.
Better get out there and enjoy it.
Yeah, right. All right, we hope to hear from you and hope you can attend their next meeting. They'd love to have you. Okay, before we sign off tonight, please jot these numbers down. If you would like to become a volunteer for any of the DDA events, please give Kim or Teresa a call at 734-261-2830. The DDA office is located at 29213 Ford Road. It's just down from Orange Jewelers there on Ford Road. And once again, if you would like to become a member of the GCBA or a volunteer for any of their upcoming events, please call 734-788-9319 or contact them through their website, once again, at gcbiz48135.org. Both the GCBA and DDA are working on events and dates right now, and they're always looking for volunteers. So if you want to be involved, please contact the DDA and GCBA today. Well, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. Podcast. I want to thank our co-hosts, Tom and Mike. Great job, guys, as always. Also, thanks for joining us in the chat room, and to those that will be listening and downloading the show later and watching us on our YouTube channel. Boy, the downloads have really, really picked up. I can't thank everybody enough for supporting us.
You said you got like over 1,000 people typically?
Yeah, over 1,000. Yeah, last week we
fantastic.
did about 1,000 downloads for that show, Robert Cox, and that's not including iTunes. So I don't know what's going on there. I haven't got anything there. We really appreciate everybody's support, though, every week. Remember, the audio from tonight, actually, Don Nicholson's show was well over 1,000 downloads, too. So, yeah, I wanted to let him know that.
We got a guest for next week yet?
No, we don't. Oh, wait a minute. No, not next week. Not
Week
yet.
after is Mayor
Week
Wild.
after Mayor Wild. And then Don Nicholson, he just said after next week, he wants to come back and talk about the national parks and that. He said that he just debuted the National Parks movie to celebrate the 100th anniversary of National Parks last week at the Michigan Science Center. Friends of Nankin Mills is also looking for board members and volunteers. We meet the last Wednesday of the month at the mill downstairs on the park side. So there you go. Anybody that's interested in volunteering for Nankin Mills, head on over there the last Wednesday of the month at the mill.
I gave you a lead on a potential person for people for this.
If they're available
show.
next week, maybe we can get them in.
If
Or
you
at least
email-
one of them.
Email them right away.
Yeah.
I don't know when they'll be available, but we
Probably
got to let them
tomorrow.
know when our times are.
Shoot
I don't know
some
when theirs
dates.
are. They did an excellent job speaking at the Kiwanis meeting about foster kids and programs that they have going for the boys at their center in, I think it's Redford.
Yeah. Methodist Children's Home Society.
It's really not a promotion of a particular religion, even though the name says Methodist on it.
Right.
That goes back to its original establishment, but they don't.
Okay.
They're not there promoting, particular religion or trying to on any of these kids. They're just trying to save kids that courts have removed
Save
from the
the
home
youth.
because they've been
Right.
abused or neglected.
Exactly.
Find them hopefully a more stable home to be in.
Yeah. It's a tough situation for a lot of them.
They take a lot of men as residents and really give them counseling and
Well, that would be a good
and
guess.
education and so forth.
Right. All right. Well, we will email them tomorrow and see when they're available. Shoot them some dates. All right. Remember, the audio from tonight's show is going to be made available on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GCChat, shortly after we sign off tonight. And also on our main show page at TalkShoe.com, call ID 82757. And look for the video of tonight's show sometime tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/CommunityChatShow. And don't forget to subscribe. We would appreciate it. All right. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. And if you see something, say something. Look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, head on over to DopperTomsWeather.com. It's got a great little website over there. Very clean website. None of this stuff all over it. It's
No
very-
advertisements.
Very easy to read. Good website. DopperTomsWeather.com. So on behalf of Tom, excuse me. So on behalf of Tom, Mike, and Mike, this is Kerry saying take care and see you all next week, February 25th, right here on TalkShoe.com. Show ID 82757. Have a good night.
Is that show today?
All right, see you guys. Have a good night. We might have lost some of our video, but we're gonna salvage what we got here. So see ya. Bye bye.